All right, what's up everybody? This is SwitchVilla back with a basic popping warm-up I usually run with my class. So the way this is gonna work is we're gonna have three 3-minute rounds with a 1-minute rest in between. And what we do for each minute of those 3 minutes, we'll be doing a different exercise. Okay, so for the first round, we'll be doing the first minute, just basic popping, just simple angles, okay, with our Fresno timing, so like 2 counts each, and then move on. Make sure we're still trying to pop the whole body though, during the entire minute, if you can, all right? But if you're new to this, at least try to just get the arms, and then eventually work the rest of your body parts in, the more comfortable you are with just the popping technique, okay? Cool. Second minute, we're just gonna do some basic arm waves from side to side, 4 counts each, right? And then we can work on variation and just having like where they start to where they end, but just keep it strictly to the arms. We're gonna be focusing mainly on that. And also just for good kind of stamina and like stability, try to keep the arms pretty high. That'll work on some flexibility as far as like the shoulders and everything working together, okay? For the third minute, we'll be doing our just twisto flex. So for the timing of the twisto flex, have the movement start on the 1 and end on the 2. So for instance, if I do a basic 1, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 2, 1, 2. Okay? But do work on just some variations, so it doesn't have to be that exact order. But remember, I'm basically trying to isolate my head, my upper body, and my legs. And you can work in a variety of ways. Just keep it going though, okay? And then we'll have a 1-minute rest from there. Then round 2. Okay, so round 2, we're gonna add a little bit more. So we're still popping on the first minute. So instead of just like simple Fresno, I wanna go 1, 2, 3, and 4. 1, 2, 3, and 4. So I'm adding that little 3 and 4, okay? And you can just work on holding each angle for the full 4 counts. We'll work on hitting that pattern specifically of that 1, 2, 3, and 4. Okay? Great. Okay, so for the round 2, moving on with the wave, right? For the arm wave. Now I want to have the wave, the arm wave, basically start to pull my body in different ways. So for instance, if I'm here, if I throw the wave down this way, I want it to kind of pull my body down, and then I'll finish the wave up here. And then I can bring it back the other way, pull it down, end up here. I can go forward and move forward. I can go back, move back, okay? Try to keep the timing within 4 counts still from start to finish, but just have basically the way it pull your body. Mainly when it gets to the shoulders is when I'm moving, okay? So just keep that in mind. For minute 3, what we're gonna do, again, with the twisto flex, still, but this time I want the timing to be a bit different. So the first 4 count is gonna be still that simple 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. So basically up to 4. On 5, I want it to be single count movements as best you can. So what I mean by that is just have each count or each movement be 1 count. So it's gonna be, for instance, if I do it, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay? And then again, we'll have the 1-minute rest. For the third round, I like to kind of do a little muscle control specific exercise. So for the first minute, what I want you to do is we'll get into a position, and then I want you to flex, contract the muscles, and I want you to hold that contraction for 7 counts. Try to contract as hard as you can, then relax on 7, and then hit hard on 8, okay? And then once you're done with that, so if, for instance, if I'm like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, I'm gonna go to another angle immediately after and repeat that exercise, okay? Second minute with the waves now, I'm doing just a still arm wave. This time I'm gonna do an 8 count arm wave, but I wanna try to hit each isolation point, make it very sharp and like very snappy. So it's like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay? So that'll be for that. Now for the 3rd minute, finally, with the twistos, I want to add a bit of ticking rhythm within the twisto flex, okay? So it'll only be for the first 4 count though, and I want 5, 6, 7, 8 to still be just simple moving every count. So an example would be something like this: 1 and 2, 3 and 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1 and 2, 3 and 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay? Just keep that pattern. You can do, again, whatever variations you want, but try to keep it pretty simple where you're still in control. But let's get started for this. All right. All right, great job. So hopefully you got all the way through. If you want, you can go ahead and replay the video just to do it all over again. Again, I use it as like a brief warm-up to the overall class, but I feel like it works most of the foundation as far as like just the basic popping, some isolation, and some basic waving as well. So it's just a good warm-up overall. I will be posting, again, like I said, more videos in the near future. So if you have something that you specifically want to work on or know a bit more about, as far as like, how can I train this? Feel free to leave a comment, or you can hit me up on Instagram at SwitchVilla, and you can DM me there. And also, I am thinking of opening up just like some private lessons, either online or offline if you live in the Bay Area, so you can DM me about that as well. Okay, so have a great day, and I'll see you next time.